Dan, great to have you with us. And I want to start off by saying that some of those who've been watching this IPO said that, look, if you see a pop in the stock today, it means that General Motors priced this too cheaply.
Well, I don't know if we priced it too cheaply. There was as I described it, it's more of an art than a science in trying to find the sweet spot between supply and demand. And you have to admit there's a bit of a tailwind behind the Dow today. It's up 100 and some odd points. But we're pleased with the opening, and we hope we can hold it today.
Okay. How is your relationship, Dan, going to change with the government after this listing?
Well, they're still a large shareholder, so I expect the relationship will stay about the same. We keep them current on maybe once or twice a month. I have a discussion with the administration's quote-unquote auto czar, Ron Bloom.
Okay, so you still brief them. Do you need to seek any approval from now on acquisitions or deals you may do?
No, that's an important point. We've made acquisitions since we emerged from bankruptcy. Those decisions are made at the board level by management. The corporate governance mechanism here is that the governments of Canada, the United States, the VIBA, the trust, health trust, what they do is at an annual meeting, if they don't like the way the board's governing the company or overseeing the governance of the company, then they replace the board just like any other corporation in America.
Okay. Now I know this IPO is going to go a long way towards convincing the public no longer General Motors controlled by the government. However, there's still a lot more work ahead. What more do you think you need to do to convince consumers that this is not a government-controlled enterprise?
Well, the government is an owner. As I mentioned before, the board of directors is charged with the governance and oversight. The management's responsible for carrying out the strategy of the company. I mean, at the end of the day, we will succeed or fail in the marketplace by designing, building, and selling the best vehicles we can make in the world. And we're doing that. Some of the best momentum behind year-over-year gains in models have been in Buick, have been in Cadillac in North America. We're doing well internationally. We're doing well domestically, and that's one of the reasons, one of the drivers why we took the company public at this time.
Okay. Dan, right now I'm looking at my screen, and I'm seeing 111 million shares traded, exchanging hands right now on GM. What do you make of this immense amount of volume on General Motors?
Well, the largest proportion of any large IPO was not reserved, but sectioned out for small investors, and I'm sure there's people that are looking to flip. There are hedge funds in this stock as well. But more importantly, we have a very high-quality shareholder base and some of the marquee names in mutual funds across North America. So that combined with the fact that at the start of trading today, roughly 90% of the shares were held by North American investors. That's all very positive.
Okay. I want to talk about investors, Dan, because you had SAIC in China come in and take a 1% stake, 1% of this IPO. What does that signal to your investors that China is now investing in this listing?
Well, China Inc. did not invest per se. Shanghai Auto, the most successful automotive company in China, who is our partner in China, where we have the largest combined market share, is absolutely important, significant, and critical to GM's success, not only in China and Asia. We are a consortium in India, for example. So I think the pairing and the strategic investment by SAIC and really the relationship we have is a strong positive, a strong plus for General Motors.
Right. Although we certainly know that in every industry, including the automaking industry, that China, the government is there to help subsidize some of those industries. But Dan, very quickly though, what is next on your plate after this IPO?
Well, you know, we've been on a road show that's been quite long. I'll be pleased to get back to Detroit, get back to work, and start selling cars, start making great cars, start developing new models that will come out hopefully in the 12, 13, and 14 time frame. Testimony to the innovation and creativity of General Motors, though, just this week, Motor Trend named the Volt the first real electric car, electric range, extended range car. We can literally drive that car from New York to Los Angeles, and we start to go into commercial production.